BLSP stock update today. So we received an email from our broker, which is Charles Schwab, and the email says learn how amendments to SEC Rule 15C2-11 impact your account. And the email went on to say on September 28, 2021, new amendments adopted by the SEC go into effect to enhance investor protection and improve issuer transparency. These amendments restrict the ability of market makers to publish quotations for those companies that have not made required current financial and company information available to regulators and investors. Ahead of the regulatory enforcement date, Schwab will only accept orders to liquidate positions. That is, no new buy orders. Starting in late August 2021. Please note, after the amendment officially goes into effect on September 28, 2021, it may be more difficult to liquidate these securities, quoting and market liquidity may also be very limited. So what does this mean for your account? So it said I am receiving this notification because I currently hold or have held the impacted securities noted at the end of this notice. And then the securities noted at the end of this notice are, it says there are securities you hold or recently held. And you know what? There isn't any Charles Schwab in that list. The lists of the securities there are CCTR, ICLD, SVLT. CCTR is China Crescent Enterprises Inc. ICLD is Intercloud Systems Inc. SVLT is Sunvolt Energy Inc. There's no Blue Sphere there. That is surprising. Very, very much surprising. There's no Blue Sphere there. That's really surprising. What does that say? I really don't exactly know what that really means now. What it just reminds us is that we have been talking about this expert markets, and we've been asking will Blue Sphere relying on that to sustain their quotation? But at the same time as well, we already know very well that Blue Sphere you can't buy orders are no longer accepted, only sell orders. And yes, that's the much you can do. The fact that Blue Sphere is not in that list, should that be that Blue Sphere is out of the woods, or that at some point they will continue to be quoted? They will continue to they will resume accepting buy orders. I really can't say, because they have already restricted it. And well, in any case, what is actually certain is that the reason why Blue Sphere is not filing any disclosures is not because Blue Sphere is just being delinquent, or just being reckless. They are doing that because they have a legal framework. They are relying on a legal provision not to do so. That's why they're not. There's a reason why they have, and they're following what the rule or the law says. So could that be why Charles Schwab doesn't have Blue Sphere on that list? Because they most certainly have a position there. You can probably see that on the screen. I believe you do. So what does that really mean? Well, quite frankly, we really don't know. We just hope, as we pointed out, in previous videos, that we asked if Blue Sphere is relying or will rely on the expert markets to continue or to sustain its quotations. We really don't know right now. There isn't any official news. We all know that there isn't any official news. We are all just guessing and speculating. And the stock has continued to retrace. It's in a bearish medium-term trend, because the medium-term moving averages are retracing they're sloping downwards. The slope of those moving averages, that's the 10-day, 20-day, and the 50-day moving averages, are all negative, and indicating that people are taking money off the stock. But the 200-day moving average is still sloping upwards, because obviously all of these retracements we have been seeing hasn't reached up to 200 days yet. So, well, you decide what's going to happen next. A lot of people have been taking their money off, obviously, and going off to do other things. They're also, of course, still observing and watching to see what's next, what's going to happen. Keeping their eye on blue sphere. But we'll see how things go. By the end of this August, we are about to enter in a few weeks, in a week or thereabout. We'll see how things pan out. And obviously we'll continue to update you, and we are just speaking blindly and guessing and speculating. We really don't know what's going on out there, but it is really surprising that blue sphere isn't on that list. It's really surprising, but at the same time as well, there wasn't Charles Schwab hasn't never really been so quick to stop, or rather end anything concerning blue sphere. They were not exactly the first to impose the buying restrictions. They were not exactly the first. Others imposed that restriction, and they really didn't follow suit for about a few sessions, a few weeks thereafter. Unless they have looked at these things and have seen that blue sphere is indeed relying on a legal provision to keep things the way they are. But if they can lift the buy restrictions, that'll be really good. That'll be really good, and it will be really explosive for the stock. So fingers crossed. We'll definitely update you, continue to update you. If anything comes out during the week, we'll definitely bring that to you. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video.